Hey, this is Hans from Dakota Angler and Outfitter. We're going to tie a quick little jig pattern that utilizes some iridescent thread for the body and some of the new squirrel dubbing from Nature's Spirit for the thorax. And it's a template you can change up. I'm going to do kind of a purple and copper version here. I've got size 14 hook in the vise with a 3.5 millimeter bead on it. You can tie this same fly in a size 14. We can tie it in multiple different sizes, but even on a 14 hook, tie it with different bead sizes. This year we've had a lot of moisture, so our streams are running high, and I keep finding that I need a lot of weight to keep contact with the flies and to get down nice and deep, but I don't always need a really big fly. So tying the same pattern, even if it's on the same size hook with different size beads to give you some options for weight, is a really good idea. I'm going to go to the back of the hook and tie in some purple hackle. This is Coq de Leon, and I'm going to tie that in just so it's about a hook shank in length. There we go. And just spiral forward. Take off the any excess there. Then I'm going to tie in my iridescent thread, and I just cut a long piece and I fold it in half, or if you got a couple pieces from your previous fly, I always tie in 2 strands of this. And I'm also at the same time going to tie in some extra small copper wire for my rib. Oops, dropped the wire. Let's bring our thread back to the tie-in point for the tails there, and then we'll spiral forward. You can spend a little time if you want to give this a little bit of taper. I don't know that the fish care that much about that, but just depends on what you want your fly to look like. Now I'm going to take that iridescent thread, wrap forward, tie that off, trim off the excess, save that for your next fly. Then I'll do our rib. Tie the wire off. Now we'll put in a thorax, and what I'm going to do, if I can get away with it, this is fairly fine thread, just kind of spin it till I can tell it's mostly flattened out. Take my bodkin and open up a little piece of the thread. I didn't quite spin it flat, but I'm going to take a little bit of this UV tracer dub now. You're not going to need a lot for this fly. Once I got my thread open, I'm just going to pop a little bit in there. Close the thread back up. I'll thin that out a little bit as we get there. I'll just spin my bobbin back up. And once you've spun your bobbin, you can kind of reel it down so you got a little longer length of thread exposed, and then just kind of push up with your thumb and forefinger tightly on the thread, and that'll spin that dubbing even a little bit more. Now I'll just kind of pick out a little bit of that dubbing, so we got nice thin little clump. Kind of gives it a nice little hackly look as well. Do our whip finish. Trim off. And there you go. Nice little jig. This kind of utilizes those materials, give it a little bit of flash, and that nice spiky dubbing also gives it kind of almost a hackle and a thorax at the same time. You can play around with a lot of different color combinations on that fly, but been a good producer for me so far this season. I'm Hans from Dakota Angler and Outfitter. Be sure to check out our other videos on our channel, and stay tuned for more videos coming soon.